And welcome to episode 188 of the DayZ Podcast. We are joined by Helkiana once again. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, I'm doing well.
Good to see you here. But the man of the moment is the one, the only Mr. DeanosBeanos. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, thank you. Still humming the tune from the intro there. Very nice.
Mate, I love that song. It's just, it is DayZ to me. It's such an old song. It's got ties to Barely Infected, one of the absolute, well, it's not ties to, it was made by Barely Infected. I just love it. And as he did the first ever DayZ podcast that I know of, I think it's just a great nod to the OG that we play that song with his permission, of course, at the beginning of every episode. But yeah, and thank you for the birthday wishes, Dorkwing. I turned 51 on Saturday. So yeah, be battling a flu, but the missus is a master in treating man flu, which every female absolutely despises, don't they, Helkiana?
Well, I don't have much experience with it, but
No,
I heard so.
but dealing with men who are suffering from man flu.
That's right, especially real men. I mean, we get it real bad.
Oh, God. The higher your testosterone count, I think science needs to look into that. And me being just as masculine as I am, we all know that I've got a testosterone count
That's
through the roof.
The boys only need a box of handkerchiefs. We need a full blown medical ward, and everything.
Yep, we do. But yeah, I did find out the difference between off the shelf, the stuff you can buy in the supermarket versus the stuff you can get from the pharmacist over the counter and requesting it. As soon as I switched to that, it just yesterday I woke up, I felt like I was dying. Today, I sound a bit croaky, but I feel much, much better. But yeah, thank you everyone for the birthday wishes. It was a nice birthday. Another year, another orbit around that sun, and so be it. But
That's
enough
right.
waffling about me.
Well, many happy returns first. We have to get that in, don't
we? We do. Thank you, mate. But Deanos, so you have decided you're going to pull the plug soon on modding, mate.
I am, yes. I've each iteration of Boymer interactive games since 2001. I have stuck my little mind in, and being a problem solver, found it very intriguing and very worthwhile to try and create things that shouldn't be created. And in October this year, I've told my Patreons and my Discord and everything, the time has come. We all have ambitions outside of computers and bedrooms and basements that we want to fulfill, and I think you have to pick a date sometimes and just get it done, get out there and do it. It's if you're young and you've just entered the computer realm, or you've still got an absolute vibe for the thing you're doing, keep on trucking, as they say. But at some point you need to just realize reality is out there and it's far better. But each to their own. It's very subjective, isn't it?
It is, mate, and only you can know when it's time to end it, and that applies to not just you, but to anyone with anything that you're doing. There'll come a time when it's okay, time to move on, that. And modding is just one of those areas as well, Helkiana, where there's so much expected from you guys, but so little given back.
Yeah, indeed. It can be very draining.
Yeah, well said. I think the other thing is how much can you achieve in the game itself and its engine before you start a cycle of repetitiveness, not only for yourself. I mean, I look at DayZ Workshop every day, and what I see at the minute outside there, I think just today actually there's some cracking add-ons gone up. There's a little tuk-tuk. There's a lot more architecture at the minute that you never ever used to see. That's brilliant. little things like rucksacks, which I myself personally love to make. And this week is probably the best week I've seen on there for a long time. Now, I'm not saying the people who are making them are A1 people. I haven't looked too deep into it, but it's nice to see young blood. But what I was beginning to see, and it's part of the grinding down of me, myself, and a lot of others, is people don't credit anymore. What people need to realize is when something big happens in modding scenes, it doesn't happen out of the blue. Somebody somewhere could have spent 2 years of their life chasing methods, ways to it, implementations, and all that gets lost on round about the third iteration away from the original add-on maker's upload. But what I see more and more in the workshop is just an absolute lack of credit. I've seen lately my own add-ons have just been copy pasted with no care, and I think nobody gives a shite. I'll be honest. People will download it in seconds, and it weakens IP. If that person who copies your add-on says, have it, do what you want for it, I don't care. But it's not theirs to say that. I recently saw that with my dinosaurs. A guy came to me and said, do you mind if I changed one or two aspects of your dinosaurs? I said, listen, just make an override config. You change the armor, the amount of stakes, do what you want. Within 24 hours, the whole thing, the models and everything was on workshop. And we're seeing lots of that. We're seeing lots of people going back in the workshop a year, finding out what was popular and creating a new iteration of it with several character changes. So that's one aspect of DayZ add-on making scene that really needs to change, and add-on makers need protection from that. They just don't get it.
Elkiana, I'll get you to comment on that, mate, because that's something that, as much as I talk about it, I'm not 100% familiar with the issues there, but that's definitely something that you would have some experience with. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, theft is it's a pretty big thing in the DayZ community. I've seen some people saying that in Arma it wasn't so bad, or I don't know. I haven't been there to comment on it. But yeah, sometimes people, just want like a little credit there for all the work they've been putting in. We don't get even that. It's pretty bad.
It is, and it's not exclusive to DayZ, is it? It's
no, definitely not. But like, it is harder to fight it, it seems.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was talking to Boydy earlier, and people will recognize the surface mod that I made quite a few years ago, and I've told him now the oldest iteration of my add-on on Steam Workshop is uploaded by someone else, earlier than I have. So, if you go for a claim, what would you do?
Yeah, you do need to have like some kind of proof. Like I've done a couple DMCA stuff on Steam myself, and having it there, the date, it does help with the automatic kind of takedown. Obviously having a GitHub history, that helps as well. I've had recently an issue with a guy took like my entire mod, so like the code for my stuff pack, and he was using it to do commissions. So he was selling the code, like not even just like, I feel like stealing and putting it on the workshop is like bad, but like stealing it and selling it to people, it's
Crazy,
even
isn't it?
worse. He's making money off my back, you know, and then he was like, "Oh, that's not true. No, you didn't make this." And I'm like, "Dude, look, 2020 on the GitHub. I literally have everything there, like the history and all that."
And you guys
How
are able to insert stuff into your codes and that's almost like a signature as well. I know that's called
Yeah.
people out in the past.
Yeah,
Stuff
that's how
that,
I catch
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's called, well, I call it drain dye, you know, when you put dye down and
a
you know where
drain,
it
you can see
comes
where it
out.
comes out. Yeah.
I do a lot of things, and but the thing I'm getting at is, at what point do you want to give somebody willing to upload your add-on in the same name, your name and address? Now, what a lot of people don't realize is this guy, for instance, who just uploaded DBO surfaces, he lives not many miles away. Now, when I put a DMCA in, and I'm talking about normal circumstances here, if you don't put your own name and address, and it's different to what Steam have on your account, say when you pay by PayPal or when you signed up and your Steam wallet, if it's different to that, they will deny the DMCA. And the problem is then that guy who's unscrupulous to start with, we know that because he's uploaded your work, he now has your name and address. Now, how do I know that? Is because somebody DMCA'd me for, you'll remember the bloodsuckers, and I get an email saying such and such a body from such a street in such a town with such a postcode. So I went on Google Maps and I'm looking at his house, and he's falsely claimed me. So that's how I know for a fact when you do a DMCA, the party that has uploaded gets your details instantly. It doesn't go to arbitration or it's not worked out. Steam is just a mediator. So it's not helpful at all, and it's not incentivizing, you know, and it's one of many things that you see. Lack of credit, blatant plagiarism, Discords that host these people and advertise their work, in quotes. I think it's got out of hand for me personally, like I say, after all these years. But not here just to talk about the shit. There's some fantastic stuff besides. Like I started off saying, for me, this week has been one of the most inspiring, fresh weeks on the workshop. So we can only hope things are going to pick up.
What? Yeah. What about Reforger isn't exciting you though? Because I saw someone else from the Armour community. I can't remember the name, but it was just retweeted, and I follow quite a few people in the Armour community as well who share this sort of stuff. And some guy basically said that Reforger isn't doing it for them. For someone like yourself, a whole new engine coming out. You'd think that would spur excitement and that for you, but obviously that is not the case. You've looked at it and gone, I just can't be bothered.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's not so much not bothered. I was one of many that was invited to that recent workshop from the DayZ community. All very strange and weird. I still don't see the incentivization other than something was lacking somewhere or whatever. And modding DayZ now without any manual is quite hard for me. Elkian's a professional, so for her, she has some kind of guidance as to what fits in where. We all do it by experiment, what you call forcing the code through, you know, try, catch, fall, etc. But when I left Armour 3 after I made a horse, that was my goal in Armour 3. I made a horse that you could ride. Previous to that, I was a project lead on Project Reality in Armour 2. In Armour 1, I was the first person to put a custom terrain in Armour. And in Operation Flashpoint, I smashed bricks apart in a dynamic script for almost 6 years. So each iteration of the game, I've had an incentive to do something. DayZ at the moment, I am working with ZBad Mice. I'm hoping both of us can come back here and talk about that separately. We're working on a UK terrain from the ground up, and we're making full assets, etc. So I've kind of got some incentive there. And so I went to the workshop at Armory Forger, and you're going up in terms of commitment, amount of time to create a viable add-on, round about 100-fold in professionality, time, resources. But the biggest hurdle is the incentive, because Armory Forger at the moment is about co-op. There's nothing there to draw you in like DayZ. You know, DayZ is a survival game. It's dynamic. You land on the beach and everything from there on is spontaneous. You go to Reforger, it's linear and almost scripted, isn't it? Capture the king of the hill, capture the town, capture the island.
What about what Scalespeed just said there, though? When DayZ switches to the new Infusion engine and has the in-game workshop, will that help with IP theft, going back to that point?
Well, the only problem with that is as soon as you put it on that workshop, it becomes everybody's. So far as I understand it, it's public property once it goes on there. Now,
isn't that the case with the Steam workshop, though?
No. It's even on the... And that's the other debate I was debating with a guy on the discussions there. Bohemia intellectual property page states, first of all, it quotes Steam rules. And then, and I'm no legal expert here, and I'm not speaking on behalf of Bohemia, but I have read the page, and my interpretation is, and this is not to instruct anybody to follow what I'm saying, this is my interpretation how I see it. You can take add-ons apart like you've always been able to, but at no point may you upload them without strict permission from the intellectual property owner. Now, you can read through all of the that's, you allow us to do that. And in the we, it means them. I understand that to mean they may have to adapt your add-on in order to get it on Steam, through Steam, up to the game, through a server. I'm not sure. But you can read all the bumf you want, but you will not read at any point, as far as I'm aware, in Bohemia Interactive's page on intellectual property, that you may take somebody else's property and upload it without permission. And the other side of it is, if you cannot find that person, if they've left the scene, you may not do anything with it because you must have permission. So you can't assume you have permission just because you can't get hold of them. So if it's an old add-on.
So isn't this the same case for Reforger?
Well, this is what I'm saying to you is, don't quote me, but what I heard was, if it goes on the Reforger workshop, people can re-upload it themselves again, but I might be wrong.
Okay, well,
I would hope you're wrong on
that. We'll probably I'll have to look into it. I haven't read the actual thing because the same thing you just said now, someone's been trying to go around the Steam workshop saying, well, look at this bit in the EULA of the tools saying that people are allowed to re-upload your work, and it's not like that. It means DayZ is allowed basically to take any of our mods, and use them how they want
and stuff. Publicity and all that in films, etc.
But it doesn't say random Joe can re-upload our work, and it might be exact same thing in Reforger, and people taking it the wrong way.
Well, I can't see for a moment that Bohemia would just suddenly say it's everybody's, but it needed clarification, didn't it? I mean, going back to the original question, the incentivization for Armour is just like, for me, custom animations in DayZ. I've done a few and they don't fit. It's like I'm not even going to find the terminology because it sounds rude, but they say a pig in lipstick or whatever. But it just, because the AI, the textures and everything in DayZ is all of a certain level. When you stick something new in, which is good enough to go into Reforger, it sticks out like a sore thumb. I much prefer my spiders that are wolves, a spider in wolf's clothing, than the brand new spider I just spent 3 weeks making. And it's the same with Reforger for me as an add-on maker. If I go in there, it's like walking back into Armour 3. All you see is RHS uniforms in its next generation form.
I suppose the issue with the Reforger workshop at the moment is because it's still early days. There's just not a lot of the nuances known, though. Would that be right, Helkiana? Like it seems like a lot of this is people guessing. Well, can you or can't you?
I've been in. I've made a dinosaur in Reforger. I've spoken with the animator on Discord. What I'm saying is, what are the servers playing? That's why I was hoping. We'll talk about Frostline possibly in a bit. I was hoping Frostline, they're consolidating Livonia and Chernius, and Frostline was going to be an add-on tech, some kind of staging of infusion into DayZ. And then it was a good incentive then to learn Reforger, which is the ultimate goal for DayZ 2, isn't it? To be in that engine, I suppose. But you can have a bastardized version of it, like we had with Armour 2, some take on helicopters, and a bit of infusion that we had at 1.0. You know, P3Ds and XOBs, as add-on makers will understand. So I was disappointed at that, I've got to admit. I was hoping for more. Certainly.
Well, there's a good point from Pixel Apocalypse there. But Bohemia even said that DayZ is getting full infusion. I thought that's not happening. Now, as far as I understand it, no, it's not. It's staying as it is. Even though they did leave it open with the DayZ 2, what they said to us at DayZ Unite. But the question I have is, will they be taking the DayZ mods over to that workshop as well? Or is that not technically possible? Or that's what I don't know. Will that change at all? No. Do you know?
There won't be any more P3Ds after this iteration of engine that'll have gone.
Sorry, well, what's a P3D?
It's the format in which the models are used in DayZ. But yeah, Reforger, you can't, as far as I'm aware, like I said, I abandoned it. If you're making an add-on, in order to upload it to a server for you and your friends to practice, at the beginning, you had to go public with your test versions. That's after you've got it, managed to get your ID tag up there and get it uploaded at all. But I'm sure it's moved on a long way since then. But I think they dropped a bomb when Armour 3, when I last looked, was full of King of the Hill and Life servers, but Reforger started off as a co-op game. And I think the customer base was always Life and King of the Hill, you know.
Rag saying in chat there, none of this will happen. DayZ won't get full infusion or BI-driven workshop. Would you agree, Helkiana?
Well, we never know what they will do, right? Like we can't say never. Some of us do have hopes that they will take some parts of Reforger at least and add it kind of, because they were saying like they want to support this game for years to come, and I'm like,
it's already got
if you want to.
it's already got parts of Enfusion.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
animation system, the XOB system, isn't it? And the way
And then if they
Workshop
want to
Workbench.
continue, they need to do something more, right? They need to upgrade the engine a bit at least. Maybe not a full thing.
Well, I'm sure John McClane would like the terrain builder, that's for sure.
I'm glad John changed that. I was like, what, is he not finding this interesting? But no, it is. And it's stuff that goes over my head, John, but I still care about it because as much as I don't understand shit, Connor had to help me upload my first ever mod. And if you asked me to do it again, I wouldn't have a fucking clue what we did. And it was just a reskin pack for 87.8 events. But I do care about this because, like Deanos and I were chatting before the show, and those of you who come in here regularly, I love modders. I love, you guys have kept this game going in that, there's some people who get angry about the direction that DayZ's gone in, but I don't, because whilst the vanilla game might not be what I think it should be, I'm still able to play versions of the game that I think it should be because of modders. You guys are making the mods, and I love that BI lets us do that, to create a mod to make the game what we would like it to be within the limitations of what can and can't be done. And you guys are always changing what's possible. When Mario came out with the animation engine, that blew my mind. And I've just seen so many things over the years that I'm constantly just in awe. And I really want to get information out there that helps you guys and girls. When I say guys, I'm using that as an inclusive term. Don't try and cancel me. But I want to get this information out there in as best a way that it's, when you guys talk, a lot of the time it goes over the head of the plebs like me. So that's where I like to talk about it, because I can get you to dumb it down a bit so we can, as just the average consumer of your product, we can understand the troubles that you guys and girls face on a day-to-day basis.
Well, that's the thing, and I will always sing your praise. You're one of the very few people that stand up for add-on makers. On behalf of all add-on makers, I would let you know we do appreciate it. But I also want to reiterate the fact this is my own personal take on what I see.
And that's why I get so many different guests on, because everyone has a different take on it.
Exactly. This is not me telling anybody this is what DayZ is or should be. I've been doing this for 24 years, right? So I'm not an idiot. However, I'm not a professional programmer either. I'm a hobbyist.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my terminology is laughable. My mate Zibab Mice, the modeler, he looks at some of the things I do after, and I've been using Object Builder. It was called Oxygen once over, and another name I forget, for 20 years. Well, 22 years, I think. It wasn't out in the beginning. And I'm an absolute amateur. They laugh at me. However, I am a problem solver, and I've worked bloody hard using bad tools for 20 years to achieve things that they all say couldn't be done. And that's all I do it for. And if somebody DMs you on Twitter or says, absolutely fantastic, when I made an OS for an Arma 3, a guy and his son were playing it, and they wrote me a big letter about how much they enjoyed it and they were playing a game. And it means the world, because I only did it because somebody said you can't do it. If you understand, that's why I do it. If I were to do, I mean, I'm gonna say what Elkiana does, even though I don't fully understand what she does. She has a server and she molds that either for a seller for her players, or it can be very demanding. What I do is I do it for myself, and I teach others. Every time you get a config sent to you and you press download, it goes into your download folder and it adds a little number in brackets. I can tell you now that number in brackets in my downloads folder is config 2000 and something. So I've had over 2,000 people PM me with problems. Now, I do it to help them. I make videos that show people how to.
I remember you used to in
do.
the early days of the podcast, mate. Was you'd be in the chat going, "Boydy, when are you going to come and let me teach you something?" You know, it's like,
yeah, I could have taught you. I could have
sorted
you out.
But I was daunted when you were saying that stuff. I was like, nah, man, I could barely remember how to run a stream, let alone fucking try to do that sort of stuff. That's why I never took you up on it. As humbling as it was to have you offer to do that, it was like, nah, man, I'm never fucking doing that.
You would have had that storage thing nailed by now.
Oh, yeah.
Your big dream of a storage thing. I always laugh because the first thing people ask when you do a vehicle or something, I was hoping for a bit more storage.
Well,
I don't think they drive them into the forest and hide them there while the service starts or something. I don't know.
You just did a great segue for us there, mate. You need to do a screen share because this blew my mind. Again, an example of modders just doing modder things, just modder things. So for those who don't know, we had the DayZ Unite event. And one of the things we saw there was this awesome vehicle. They call it the Hagenwagen. And within 24 hours of images of it coming out, Deanos and DayZ, is it?
It is, yeah.
And others, I think you've got a few other people working behind the scenes or whatever. I'm not sure. Just you two have made a working model of it. So share your screen, mate. Show us what you've got so far because it blew my mind. It's such a. I know some people don't like this sort of stuff, but I personally think it fits. You know, after a few years, you're just going to be, hodgepodging vehicles together to keep them running, and it was an awesome vehicle to get to ride in, and I think it does fit.
You see it?
Yep. We're looking at a horse. There we go.
Oh yeah, that's for later.
So that's the actual vehicle that we got to ride with the gas mask on the front and the tires and apparently, what was the type of vehicle? It was a Skoda luxury or family or something like that. Is the actual base model of it.
Yugo 45 estate or something. But yeah, so the owner got in touch with myself and DeanosBeanos and sent us a load of pictures when they made it. So the owner's responsible for these. So if anything creeps in. When I was doing these earlier, can you see there's so this is the dashboard and things like that, and well, you recognise because you've been in it. So this is the build pictures, which is fantastic. So from that, then DeanosBeanos built it, and we put it in game.
And I love it. I think it's brilliant.
We put a little position at the back there, and one up on that chair. But yeah, so look out for it on the Steam Workshop in a week or two.
And even the gas mask on the front. But I also did like the gear stick, which obviously isn't in the original. But the gear stick is the Yellow King helmet.
It is, yeah. And I'll get a picture of that at some point. I'll just stop sharing there. Has that gone off now? Yeah.
Yep. That's gone off.
Yeah. The video I'll show you later. It's something we'll lead into before I leave, but.
And I know Mike Doherty is actually working on trying to recreate the location as a little mini map or something that could be added to a map, or which is absolutely brilliant as well because it was so surreal to be in this post-apocalyptic abandoned military base. It was, phenomenal.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah, it looked fantastic, and I've been begging Bohemia for years to have an add-on workshop for modders, just like that kind of thing, you know.
I would love them to do a massive con, and maybe they could do a modding workshop beforehand or after. And
I just don't understand what the reluctance is. Maybe they know something we don't know about whatever happened in the past. But
it's a lot of work. I saw how many trials or tribulations they had, even just getting the 10, 11 of us together. I can't imagine how daunting it would be to do a potentially 1,000 people all turning up in Prague and wanting their time.
I understand that, and I'm not being selfish. Well, I am. It's time add-on makers were selfish, but I think a workshop for 10 add-on makers that, I mean, what harm could it do anyway? They actually recruit from the pool.
Well,
so it may be a massive benefit, you see.
And we even saw this with the mod workshop that Mario ran last year. And we saw it again with the DayZ Unite event, is as soon as you start a list, people get butthurt.
Well, yeah, of course they do. That's just life, though, isn't it? I mean, if there's a justifiable reason to say why the hell did that person end up there when such a person didn't, and that person that they're suggesting said, I would have loved to have been there, if all that happens, then you've got a reasonable argument. You know, and if the community went, if you make a tweet and 300,000 from the community went, you know what, I totally agree. But I didn't see any of that. There wasn't any massive backups to the arguments. However, me personally, I could have chipped in and said, where was Don Sibley? Where was Gecko Fish? Where, you know what I mean? But you can't speak for other people, can you? But we all, if we made our point, I'm sure at some point there would have been an argument to have been had. I think there were, myself personally, but the thing's been done. I was absolutely over the moon that you yourself went. And I'm not saying that because we're face to face. Like, you are the only champion for add-on makers. I think you're a bit naive, and now you've got Elkiana on your side. I think it's nothing but better.
I'm very naive, but I think also that kind of plays to my benefit in that I will countenance almost anyone because
you don't.
I'll have almost anyone on the show to talk about their passion for modding, and it's like with any community. You know, there's some modders who get along with others, and some who don't get along with others, and all the rest of it. And there's some content creators who get along, and some players who get along and don't get along.
Yeah. The only thing I would say about it is it was an insular group that I saw that were already a group apart from the Minder survivor separation thing. Obviously, that was, if they worked that problem out, then that's good for them, isn't it? But yeah, for me personally, I was hoping that the consolidation of Livonia and Chernus meant a tech add-on rather than a terrain. But on that subject, why the hell do they not just release to Noah Tropical and work on winter next year or however long it takes? What is the difference between a heat mechanic and a cold mechanic? Make everything hot. Make it so you've got to survive because it's Noah for me is the most beautiful, well-organized environmental space that I've ever. Well, there was one other, but we won't go into it. That's ever been made for a Bohemia game. It's fantastic. I spent thousands of hours in Arma 3 on it. And I just can't see any reasoning other than they've got a pseudo Namalsk that the console players were begging for without any stalker problems by doing what they've done. So that's the only reasonable thing I can think of. And it's not for me to diss that because it is what it is. Doesn't matter, does it?
And look, what Pixel just said in chat that I highlighted there, we did ask them ourselves, you know, why us? And they had their reasons, and end of the day, it's their show, so they can pick and choose. But yeah, I was curious as to who they picked and who they didn't and all the rest of it. And I personally would have loved to have seen some more people there because, like I said, you know, as much as I think others deserve to be there as well, I really can't name anyone who didn't deserve to be there because, you know, everyone had done something in some way, shape or form to promote the game. And
I don't think there's a reasonable argument to tell somebody they shouldn't have been there. No way. I think you can have your own little private debates, but it's did it do any harm? I will tell you what I think. I had several server owners come up to me and they say, oh, we didn't even know there was an expansion or a new add-on. Certain elements of the community didn't have a clue, so they missed a trick somewhere. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not big into the streaming scene. I used to stream myself. I've got a Twitch affiliate. You know, I'm not naive about it. But it seems to me it may have been too insular, a group that already knew each other. Maybe they all do events and things like that, and they have a clique or had a clique at one point, and it hasn't spread out wider than that, not wide enough. But I don't think there's an argument said you shouldn't have gone. The question should be, why were they chosen? What is it that Bohemia PR saw and said to them, this is the group for us? Because it hasn't delivered to the wider community. I can tell you that now. Like I said, I've had hundreds of questions, but that's not a slight on the individuals who went. It's nothing to do with them. If I got an invite, anybody in this chat got an invite, if they were able to go and they're anything self-worth or they love DayZ, they'd have been there like a shot. And they'd have put two fingers up at anybody who said you shouldn't be there. That's, that's what it is. The question is, what was it about that particular group that Bohemia PR said, if these people come, they will spread the word so vastly that everybody will know what's going on? Well, if that's what they said, it didn't work.
Yeah, like I was saying last podcast, it feels like they were trying to do two things in one and failed at both, kind of thing.
Well,
like the PR part of it, your marketing. If they wanted to bring the word out, it really didn't work out well for them because there's only like mostly the people that are watching the streamers that have been there. They all watch the same streamers. They don't go to others, and it didn't feel like the community was very involved in the reveal of it for me.
Well, no, there wasn't, was there? When you looked on Twitch when it was happening, people were still streaming the game nonchalantly. The tweets were getting like, even from the people who went, and this is no offense, it's probably Twitter. I only rejoined again recently. They were getting like 6 or 7 retweets, maybe even less on occasion. It's I can't say any more than fair play to the people that went. It's not their fault. Like them,
no,
if I personally would have been there, I'd have put two fingers up at anybody who said you shouldn't be there, just like they would to me. The question is, who was it aimed at, and how do Bohemia feel that group of people portrayed exactly what they wanted to be portrayed? And then we'll know, they might say, well, such a person's a console representative, but I would have said, well, if you took Don Sibley, I'm not speaking on your half, Don, I know you're in chat, I'm just using you because you're the person I associate with console, then it would be understandable. And I'm not even reading into it, because for me personally, I'm out of here anyway. And if one more player came to DayZ and downloaded my add-on, for me personally, it achieves for me. So bollocks to them that said somebody shouldn't be there. Well, you can say it privately, can't you? But I don't think you can go on Twitter and say what the hell.
I mean, obviously people, have their favorites and such, but it's just like I said, it's not really about the people that went there. They didn't have any fault, right? It was whatever Bohemia was trying to do, the PR plus the 10-year anniversary gathering, like for the gathering. Yeah, like the like some modders should have been invited for that as well, because modders are a massive part of the community, and in building this game up to what it is today, like, let's be honest, even Namalsk, it was made by an employee of Bohemia, but Namalsk as a mod has revived DayZ quite a lot.
Just as I was arguing the dinosaurs did for Green Hell and myself when we put them
definitely,
out.
Definitely, it did.
When I watched the populations go up, I think they were hovering about 20,000. Then the mouse, an expansion, and they went up to 30, 32, and then the dinosaurs and maybe something else, they went up to 40. So add-on making is a major factor, isn't it? and the longevity of the game. And don't get me wrong, I champion vanilla. I like to go on the vanilla servers when you're not being hacked or suddenly dead in a split second. It's the funniest place on earth. The interaction when you get some people even manage to go around in groups and have a right old time. But yeah, how long would the game have lasted without add-ons? That's the eternal question, isn't it? Really, which is ironic because it started life off as an add-on.
Is there any chance you're going to change your mind and hang around, or
listen? Never say never. Never say never. But for me, I've got some real life things I want to do. I want to do some welding sculptures.
Ooh.
I want to go walking in Austria, Switzerland, and a forest in Germany. I have an absolute passion for Barcelona, and I'm fortunate enough to be a gardener, so I don't work now because of climate change. I don't work in December, January, and February, which used to be my DayZ time. So I'm going to do some of that. If something came up in my head that I wanted to do, I'll sit at my computer and I'll do it quietly, you know. I'm leaving a legacy in terms of a bunch of videos and files that will be accessible. My workshop page won't be touched. Every add-on that's there will remain there. But yeah, essentially I'll be not logging onto my PC every night for 4 hours trying to code something that was never going to happen in DayZ in October at the moment. It might be earlier than that. I'm just working on a modern version of my weapons tutorials and a couple of other things, and then myself and Zbab Mice, I'm hoping you'll get us both on to talk about our UK map with Shane.
Yep.
UK. There's 3 of us from the ground up.
Just make sure you give me about a month or two head start to book you in.
Yeah, that's kind of what we need. About 6. If we said 6 weeks from today, if you book us in, we'll have something to show then, I'm sure. Not
Are you going to do a play test like a la Matty Ice, or just
we're going to
release
speak with
the map
and see how he's doing it? Yeah, because we like that idea because nobody.
I know some people are critical of it, but I think it's a great model because it's generated funding and generated hype, and
Not only that, this is genuinely Zbab Mice's original. This is not Churnershire. This is England, UK. It's brand new buildings and everything. So I think we'll be very fortunate if we made new trees.
What, unique assets?
Yeah, totally. 100% unique assets.
I think some people get where I was going with that. Been a bit of negative feedback around Circle with that. But as they've said, there is new assets coming.
Well,
and we did see some, but
we slipped a few piss takes in there. Ground Up is one of the piss takes about Circle. It's from the ground up, but it's Tanoa. But yeah, well, we all heard my voice about Tanoa. I think she should have just released it years ago. But I did offer the opportunity for Bohemia if they wanted to chat to us about. We would like to do a CDLC because it is 100% Zbab Mice and myself and Shane. But unfortunately, we just got ghosted and we cracked on anyway. So
now I wanted to quickly talk about something, and I know Helkiana, you had some views on this. Vigor. I know this is the DayZ podcast, but Vigor's kind of been involved in DayZ. We've got the turn and burn timer and some other potential cross-pollination between the games and that. But they've released it as a paid semi-early, I wouldn't call it early access, but a beta. But even then, it's really just they're bringing the game over to PC. But the choice to release it as a paid game was... I agree with you. It was kind of odd when in a few months' time, it's going to be free.
Yeah, so we don't know exactly when it's going to be. They said when it releases 1.0. I've seen in their Discord, we all know from the modding community the person named Deadman. So he said 3 months, which is, I don't know if it's a real thing. He said it. I took a screenshot of it. I have proof. But yeah, it was very odd. Like, I know
Well,
some
B
people
in
were
chat is saying that's how it was on console when it came out as well. It was initially you bought it, and so yeah, that's I did not know that. So thank you for saying that, B. But it's
yeah,
still
someone
odd
else
to
told
me.
me that, but it does feel very odd, isn't it? Like, you pay to be a tester. Like that's how it's in my head.
I know we got a DLC with the keys that I gave out and got, but what is the do you buy the DLC, B? Or is that you just download the DLC?
It's a reinforcement pack. What they call them, those DLCs, reinforcement packs, and basically you get some guns and some items and I don't know, random shit. I didn't really look too much into it, but basically they made it that they only sell the bundle of the game with that pack at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you get access. So actually, for a while on that release date, people found out how to install the game for free and play for free, and they did that for hours. And then obviously they did a patch to the servers, which took the access down. For people that didn't have this reinforcement pack. But yeah, it does feel weird, and there's just more things to this release as well. Is the fact that you cannot invite your friends to play with them. So this was a big thing that a lot of people wanted to do. I wanted to play with Septic Falcon because he's been playing on console. I've never played
Love
before.
Septic, huge fan.
And we wanted to play together. Trios, do the extraction part, try the other modes a bit as well, but there's no way to invite and make a team, which is a feature on console currently, but they did not put it on the PC.
Is it going to be cross-platform as well?
No, I believe not.
Oh,
that would have been good. That's why they said there were no modding. But that was a community guy who said it. He said you can't mod it because it's cross-party. But
yeah, Mark's just saying him and Lady Adventure went to play it together today and realised they couldn't when they loaded up the game. So
I waited a little bit because like I was like, let me just see first, how much it costs. So in terms of paid, it's also for people to know is $20. It's £17, which for me is a bit, high to pay for.
This is what happens, isn't it?
Thingy.
Family-run businesses.
And there were loads of issues with the launch. Yeah, you can invite friends to a co-op game. You can play with randoms if you choose to. But yeah.
Hopefully that comes out soon because that's people. As much as I'm not a fan of it, I like the brutality, but I understand why even in DayZ they added the you'll spawn closer to friends on your Steam friends list because I get it. Not everyone wants to spend an hour, 2 hours trying to link up with someone. So I get why they did that, but to not be able to play a co-op game with your friends, hopefully that's a patch that they can push very, very soon. But no, just I only briefly wanted to cover this. It was odd, and I'm certain they've got their reasons. BI do what they want as they want, and but at the end of the day, they're a for-profit business. They've got to make money, and they're still around. And maybe question it and scratch our heads and wonder why, and argue that we would do it differently, but.
They don't seem to know their audience. Too, they don't seem to know their audience. That's the problem, because like PC players think very differently than console players, right? And now having co-op and being a paid release, it really just tanked their sales. Like it would have been much better, obviously, have co-op from the very start. and make it free as we all thought it was going to be, but then have these add-ons. And people would be like, I actually like the game. Let me just buy that and support them. I did that for so many free games. I like for the finals.
Here's a crazy idea, Helkiana. Maybe give it out free to everyone who already owns a BI game.
Or that, yeah, and
that I could see making sense. Like one of the guys who I know who's playing it is saying he's really enjoying it. He said it's almost borderline addictive to him. He was like, I'm surprised I'm enjoying it so much. I haven't launched it yet. I've got it ready to go, and I plan on dipping my toes in this week. But yeah, it was odd, but that's one thing I've come to expect. BI do odd things that make you go, what the hell? But they just keep on keeping on. They're a zombie company.
I'm not having that. How about they give it to everybody who bought Livonia? Cash.
Well, like I said, everyone who has a BI product in their store, give it to them free.
I saw it. I was very excited for the assets. I thought that would make a fantastic addition to DayZ. And then,
do we know if you can use them?
Well, no, I don't think you can. I mentioned it on Twitter, and some community guy from Vigor said, "Look, it's not even moddable because it's going to be cross-platform." So I was out.
It's a live service game. Live service games will never be moddable like that.
This does look good, though, doesn't it?
Especially when they make money out of the skins and stuff like that, right? Like it's just it is their income. They can't give free stuff to people, right? And then it's also like for the bundles, Vigor is an Unreal Engine game, Unreal Engine 4, from what I know, or I don't know if they upgraded to 5 for this PC port at all. I have no idea, but I don't think they would allow us to just access their models. Like they don't allow us to access the DayZ model, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the point you know about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I was going that. Sorry. I was just wondering how Elkiana's feedback tracker thing on building was going.
They rejected me.
No.
I am very mad because they were first kind of like, oh yeah, we're still talking about it, when I asked for an update after 3 months. Yeah. And then some fucker who I shall not name commented on it, and that made the BI reply with a no, straight no, because of that specific person that I know.
Is it still up so we can all go and read and guess who it was?
Yeah, it's still there. I still have it on my tab open. I said, I'll now give up. I'll get back to them in like a couple months and still try. It is a thing that we need.
I can't think of any reason why there would be a negative from us being allowed. I mean, we've been guessing since, how long has it been out now? 1.0.
Fuck.
Maybe 5
years. 5 years. Yeah, 6 years.
So we've been guessing since then, haven't we? So.
Well, anyway. Another bit of mod news. Spurgle is closing his mod workshop. I saw in the Discord today, and basically citing issues with DMCAs and all that sort of stuff. So,
yeah, well, I touched on it on my view on it. I just think it stinks, and we have no support. I was thinking actually of making a DayZ add-on makers union, or damn you. I actually made a Discord for it. I just often wonder if we could all get together. The problem is, invariably, we don't own our own rights to the textures and models, etc. So it's a minefield legally. And even if you set up a Discord, you become vulnerable. We've never had any help, no legal. I'm sure out there in a little room, in a little office, there's a lawyer who would just love to take these cases on. But until they appear, we're just going to take the abuse, aren't we? You know, like we always have.
Well, he released a statement which says, "I've decided to remove my mods from the workshop. I no longer update them, and I'm fed up with having to issue DMCAs to people who think they have the right to repack them. And the following abuse that I get once I've issued the DMCAs or tell someone in the comments that repacks are not allowed. I will offer a select few the chance to take on my existing mods, such as Bag Z. But this once one person has the right to take on the mod, no one else will. There will be a few rules for this, such as what I've done with at Two Tits Play Tat and Trolley Cart. No point in asking to take on the Chevy mod, as I'm not the sole owner to the rights of that model. This model actually belongs to someone called Six, and last I knew, he has a version of it available on the work for his service." So sad. Hunter Z said in chat there, repacking is the cancer of the DayZ community. I still...
It is until you repack other stuff and don't credit them. That's the big cancer.
Yep.
What, you know, you're not allowed to repack what? I mean, if it's original, then yeah. But if it's something you've took from somebody else and reworded it without credit, then you shouldn't really have thinking. You know, there's lots of variables on what should and shouldn't be allowed to do. But if it states, "This is my work, come and see me," you can teach somebody how to make their own. Like I educate people on override configs. There's no need to steal add-ons half the time or repack them. You can create your own server version in about 8 sentences.
I think it's just the repacking is just one of those things, though. Like even John McLean saying there may be situations where repacking can make sense.
Well, it does. When you think
I've heard that said as well. I've heard good arguments for it.
When an update
mainly from community servers. And I know myself, when I join a community server and I see this monstrous list of mods, I'm like, oh my God. But then there's that argument of, with repacking, you potentially got some mods, 4 or 5 times taking up space on your hard drive.
Well, it's not about that. What it's about is controlling when that mod updates, so it doesn't happen when you're in bed or at an inconvenient time. So if you have my add-on via my workshop page and I upload it, your server becomes defunct. However, if you repack my add-on, it's only when you, the server, decide to update my add-on does your server become defunct. So that's the sensible reason and the only reason to repack it. And
I've always stood by Deanos that at the end of the day, it's the modder's choice. If the modder wants to allow it, the modder allows it. If the modder doesn't allow it, they don't allow it. Respect their fucking choice. Unless you have purchased the mod and entered into a financially binding contractual obligation with that person, you have to abide by what they're providing for free. And this whole, I should be allowed to do what I want. No, someone's put a lot of time, energy, love, and usually money into creating this mod for everyone. And if they're going to set some requirements around it, respect that. If you can't respect it, fuck off, pull your head in and grow up.
Well, you can purchase mods as long as it's a skin, can't you? A server can sell a skin as far as I'm aware.
Well, we all know you're not allowed to sell mods, but
we all know it happens. We all do.
Well, when I was in that workshop forum, it was I think somebody said what you can do apparently is because it's not a pay to win. Like say Boydy went to a server on and said, "Look, a group of me and my lads, we want Boydy's boys on his t-shirt." Apparently that can be financed, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, we mean a mods, purchasing mods as a server owner, someone selling like.
Yeah, but you can sell your time. You can sell your time. You can't pack a mod and sell that apparently.
Yeah.
But what would I know?
Yeah.
Well, Nightwolf.
It's sad that I do understand the Spargle's struggles. Like I've had a bit of this kind of moment when I took a break from DayZ for 2 years. I was trying to still keep the mods up to date, but like I remember even so recently a message I sent in my Discord is like, I am trying to keep them up to date, but because I am not active in the modding scene, I don't actually know what's going on with each update and what breaks. So I need, other modders to help me out and just guide me a little bit of where should I be aware of issues and stuff like that. But some people I thought friends, they were just not really helping me out. So I was a bit slower with the updates. But so many times during that time, I was like, you know what, just fuck it. I'm gonna delete all of them. I'm just gonna delete and forget about DayZ and be on with my life, because even when I do try my best, people are still not satisfied. It's difficult.
Well, that's the other side of it, isn't it? It's too many to please, too many. Some like it hard as hell to survive. Some want it easy. Some want no storage. Someone want, but they come to the add-on makers instead of the bloody server owners. What? Sometimes it's the implementation of the server owners of our add-ons that cause the problem for the user. But I think that's an old topic that we've talked about before lots of times. But, yeah.
Now, Helkiana, got anything you want to spotlight this week in your mod/game showcase?
I was trying to find it on the workshop. There's a new map called Hashima Islands. We've seen them around on Twitter, and I've seen a gameplay
map
a little bit.
Is so exciting me.
Yeah, and it's looking very good. But I
couldn't find it. I want to stop here for a sec. I want to throw back. I saw a bit of drama about Hashima Island, and someone basically saying that some of the stuff around it was sexist because they're doing a lot of they're going with a lot of the anime sort of stuff, and I was like, "Real? You saw that as well, did you?"
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I know. Yeah, with the
my!
I believe.
I was like, "What are you expecting from?" They're not going for a traditional fucking samurai era Japan. They're going with the whole weeaboo take on it, which I think is absolutely hilarious. I know it's not.
It's like an inside joke. Like
yes.
It's an inside joke. Like people are not gonna get it. Like, and just leave it be if you don't get it, kind of thing.
Yeah. So you don't take any offense from that. This is one of the reasons I love you, Helkiana. You've got a brain. You could. I'm not saying that the person who complained about it doesn't have a brain, but I think they were making a mountain out of a molehill. Not even a molehill. They were making an issue, maybe cloud chasing. I don't know, but it just made me laugh because they're putting so much time, effort, and love into that map that. I am so, and when I found out it was based on a real life location as well, it was like that was even better for me. Battleship Island.
Yeah, it's I've seen like a bit of a gameplay the other day. I was streaming during that time, but like I put it on my other monitor when I've seen that they're showing it up on their stream, and it looked nice. I mean, I don't know in terms of gameplay how he's gonna play. We'll have to see. We don't know when it's gonna release. But it's just obviously it still uses a lot of DayZ assets and it's not fully custom. But they are using them. It reminds me a little bit of Essaker, how it's in the ingenuity of using the DayZ assets to create this custom map and the feel of it, and like it looks great so far. But yeah, in terms of like a game to showcase spotlight, there's a game called.
I have to do this. Hopefully, I don't freeze the stream. So that was their initial trailer. I wanted to find some of the
Oh, so 12 there. Three Men in the Shower, is that the next Saw film? That's how it starts. There were English men going for breakfast in Benidorm and they woke up in a shower room together.
Creepy Crappy Show.
I love it.
Oh God, that sound reminds me of IRL Twitch. I think every one of them used to play it. Back when they had real viewers.
I think it froze.
Yeah. Well, at least he was smiling when he froze anyway, didn't he? Does he usually come back or does it take him a while to register what's happened?
He's gonna leave and then come back.
Yeah, I did Oxo. That's the next DayZ. What is it? Big add-on, a shower. Warm shower for the mouse, cool shower for the Tanoa. So.
Yeah, but I have hope on this map. Creepy Crappy showed up in my stream a couple times when I was modding and asking me. I showed them some script.
Is it DayZ map?
Yeah, DayZ map. Yeah.
Is it the original Japanese one? Do you know, with all the azaleas and stuff with big leaves on it?
No.
Ah, right. I think that was actually called azalea, wasn't it?
No. So it will have like the Japan feel, like cramped streets and stuff like that.
There we go.
We didn't see anything.
Oh, we did a fill. We filled in for you, don't worry.
But yeah, it's an awesome trailer. They're putting a lot of work and effort into it. So support Hashima Island when it's finally released. And yeah, I'm excited to see it. What else are you going to showcase, Helkiana?
It's a game called Survival Fountain of Youth. It's been in early access since last year.
Yep. Didn't have to buy it, did you?
It's coming out 21st this month as a the full release. So I thought it would be a good shout out to it. I absolutely love this game. I played the demo of it and then I bought it because I played a lot of the demo. So I pretty much played the game in the demo. It's kind of like a Green Hell style, like a hot environment. But like I just absolutely love the survival mechanics they have. Like if you sit in certain places, you can get like scorpions bite your ass, and there's like exploration with different islands. You follow the story, but also have to like survive in between the story to get places.
Some good ratings.
Yeah, it's a very, very good game. Honestly, it needs more attention. And I believe the team is either one person or maybe just like two who made this, which is very impressive. I don't know how many people are, but like it's gonna release on 21st, so I don't know if the price is gonna change at all. By then it's like only like £23 right now. So that should be like $26. Yeah, check it out. If you want, like, especially if you're a modder as well and want to take inspiration about survival mechanics, this is the place to go.
Well, this actually provides a nice little shill segue for me, mate. It's actually on Humble Bundle at the moment. There's the link for it. They're slugging you $20.14 Australian, which is probably about €12, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's a pretty decent price. So if you are interested in it, folks, there you go. On sale for under the next 2 days. So definitely look at getting that, folks. When it's got a rating like that in early access, that's very positive. But But yeah, no, that's awesome. Survival Fountain of Youth. I'll definitely have to look at that one because I'm always looking for a good survival game. I still go back and play the Long Dark Helkiana. It's one of the best there is. It's so brutal, and you can set the difficulty as well. If you just feel like playing casual, you can, or you could go, full insane mode and not even get access to a gun, and you have to forge a knife. And what does it say about the game? Is it multiplayer?
No, it's single player.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just want to not have to talk to anyone and just, but no. Okay. We'll do some individual spotlights, and then we are going to start the awesome DayZ quiz show. At the end of every episode, Deanos, we like to just shout out something that we think is worthy of shouting out. Now, I'm going to start everyone off by shouting out John of Shinaris. I know I've talked about him in the past, but he recently released a video on his channel, which is basically a pack of cinematics that people can use to flesh out their videos and anything else they want to do. The guy is just, when it comes to, we've all seen people who've done cinematics before, and they're clunky, they're not quite, just don't feel right. But John is just one of these guys who he knows how to do a cinematic. He knows how to control the camera. I don't think he's got any music on these ones so that people can just download them and add stuff. I've shared the link in the channel. I won't dare to try to stream it because we saw what happened last time I tried to stream a YouTube video. But I can't shout the guy out enough. He doesn't want any money for it. He just wants to, share his creative juices that, like John McClane says there, John does great, beautiful work. He does. So I highly recommend you subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. If you just like looking at beautiful, he does modded maps as well. But yeah, he's one of the best guys in the DayZ community, in my opinion. One of those rare good eggs who just likes to do good stuff for people. So I can't shout him out enough. Deanos, anything you would like to shout out, mate?
Yes, of course. I'm going to be selfish and shout my good friend DayZ Mice out. We are currently working on a UK-based terrain for DayZ. If you watch Twitch at all and you have a Prime, make sure you go and watch the guy. Give him some love. He's modeling almost every day for the last 2 years. And we're creating, like I said, this terrain that's based in
any links we can check him out on?
Yeah, I've just sent you his Twitch there on private chat there, mate, in this studio thing.
I can't see it.
So, where it's stream and private chatting here.
Yeah, I can't see it. Send it to me on Discord, mate, and I'll share it in the chat.
I'll send you that now, then, mate.
She's been a bit buggy today, the streaming studio.
Yeah, no worries. So like I was saying earlier, it's not churning or shear. It's all brand new architecture. Everything's going to be dirty. It's not brand new with no dirt on it. And we're very excited for it, and we hope you can come along and maybe help us sculpt the journey. We are looking for some texture artists and things like that over the next 4 months or so. Watch DayZ Mice on that link that Boydy's going to give you if he hasn't already.
Nat just shared it there in Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube chats as well. So awesome.
Yeah. Just
Helkiana, anything you would like to shout out? Anything at all?
No. I do my.
Already done yours?
That's
Yep. Look, everyone, thank you so much. Don't go away, though, because we are about to start the awesome DayZ crate giveaway. So, Helkiana, Deanos, you're welcome to hang around, but I imagine you'll probably want to get out of here. This is probably going to go for half an hour to an hour or so.
I'm going to watch
30 questions, and we're going to have 4 lucky contestants who are going to be battling it out to win this.
Oh, bloody fantastic.
Green screen. One of only 250, so whoever wins it is going to be a very lucky person. It's probably going to cost me a fucking fortune to mail it to the other side of the world, but hey, that's what we do here. We like to do nice stuff for people. So thank you so much, Deanos. I wish you all the best, mate. It's sad to be losing you, but yeah.
Well, Celebi, I'll catch you in a bit. Thank you. Nice to speak with you. See you later.
Right, have a good night.
See you later,
Elkiana.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, Lazigan's going to be joining us, folks, in here, and I will be getting the 4 contestants who are going to be in, will be joining us in here as well. So let's go across and see who we've got in the Discord. They were all meant to be in the... Yep, we've got 4 people. Okay, we're going with those 4. We've got Jam, S Yellow, Void Draco, and 250 Big Red. So I'm going to send you guys a link to this. Oh, Jam, I can't message you, mate. Oh, there we go. Jam, could you accept the friend request I just sent you? There we go. Void, I need you to accept the friend request as well. There we go. And 250 Big Red, I'm messaging you now as well, mate. Done. So join that. There we go. Lazigan, how you doing, mate? Oh, no, we've got no mic from you, mate. Down the bottom, there is a mute button. You can select your microphone there. Still waiting on Void and... Oh, we've got Isok. Let me check the order because it was in the order that they were released. Leave the okay, let's do a microphone test. Lazian? No, we're still not hearing you. Jam? Nothing for Jam. Jello?
This is the test of my voice.
Was that you, Jello? Yes, we heard you loud and clear. Void?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep, we can hear you, buddy. Big Red?
Hello.
Hey, there we go. Jam, try saying something.
Check, check.
Check, check. We can hear you now, mate.
All right, there we go. Yeah, it was just it defaulted to the wrong.
Yep.
The wrong one. So
okay, Isok, can we hear you?
Too.
Oh, we lost someone then.
Lost jam.
Yeah, on the microphone setting, just check that it's got the right one for your microphone, because it wasn't for mine.
Jam, down the bottom, you can see a mute button with a little microphone symbol. That's where you select the microphone at. So jump back in. Oh, we lost someone else as well.
Dropping like flies out here.
I know, right? I think they don't want a fucking free €250 crate.
If the other three fellas could leave, I'll take it.
Good luck
Get
on
rid
that
of the
one.
competition. I like it.
I just want to say thanks again for putting this on.
Man, it's what we do around here. We just like, I bought one when they came out because I'm a fucking nerd, and it was around Christmas time, and the missus said you can have it as a present. And then they sent me one. It was like, well, do I keep an extra one for myself, or do I give one away? Let's fucking give one away. Why not? You know, a fucking awesome little prize.
Yeah, that's great,
yeah.
man.
Okay, so we are going to go live very shortly. I think if you guys have no objections, we run with all 5 of you. No objections
Not
to
at all.
that?
Nope, it's your show.
Yep, awesome. You don't need to have a microphone. It's not essential, but it will definitely make things easier. So I am now going to start the quiz, and I will send you guys a link. And then once we've got you all in, we will then be able to, pardon me. There we go. We'll be able to start. We've got one test question. I'll mute that for the moment. Okay. Just messaging you all individually. Yep, we've got Jam just joined. And okay, so Jam's in. How are the rest of you going?
Just waiting on the link.
Big Red. There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Void.
I have no idea where I'm supposed to be at.
Same.
I sent you the link there. Just type that in, quiz.sh, and use that code. Don't say the code out loud.
Otherwise, you're giving more people a chance at winning.
Who has not received a message from me yet?
Jello.
Jello. Let me go back. Yep, we've got Jam, we've got Isok, we've got Big Red. Just waiting on Void, and Void's in now. Awesome. So one more. Jello. Just waiting on you, Jello.
just remember, if you're going to be sharing, like doing the screen share for the stream to see, just cover up the URL, because that is not like an obfuscated thing.
Yep. Once I press start, though, that's it.
It says I'm connecting, but
I think it just takes a little bit of time. When we did a test run, it was a little bit.
Oh, it's only 1 to 4
slow.
players.
I'm out, dude. I already got.
No.
I was too slow.
Oh, I just saw that
is-
down below. Yeah, 1 to 4. It only allows 1 to 4. Okay.
Shoot, we
So
did have
who
the right number.
technically first in the order then? We need to go back to the actual order. So Jam, yep, you're in. Then we've got Void, you're in. Isok, and Jello. So Big Red, I'm sorry, buddy.
No worries, boys.
Oh.
May the best man win. Good luck to y'all. Take care.
Thanks for
All the
joining.
best, mate.
Sorry.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, no worries.
Okay,
Take
so
care,
join
guys.
now, mate. Refresh your screen. There we go. We are ready. Let me just press the start button. And we will share the screen.
Oh, bless him. I feel so bad now.
Okay, so just confirm you guys can see the stream here. Test your buzzers.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Yep. So to make sure your buzzers are all working. Everyone got a question in. Okay. We are live. We finally actually got there. I do feel bad then for old Big Red, but yeah. But this is the how things were all and all the rest of it. So, okay, are you guys ready? Lazian is and I have been quite cruel.
Give me 1 sec. I want to connect my phone to this website because I totally did not understand the instructions. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah. So you'll want to join using your phone. You'll vote using your phone, and then using the
You're just watching here.
Watching in the screen share. Yeah. But yeah, we have been quite well. Later on, it gets more brutal. I think easy ones to begin with, but the temperature does turn up.
You missed out, Polo. You were meant to be in the Discord before, buddy. Let us know when you're good to go, mate.
Yeah. Cannot connect.
Couldn't connect.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because you're in on your desktop.
I did close out on the desktop, but my phone's not connecting now. Maybe because it's already started.
Yeah, maybe we'll just have to do a quick reset on Boydy's end. Yeah, quick reset on Boydy's end.
Okay, so give me 1 sec. Close that.
Just to refresh the lobby, it will mean that there's a new code, I believe,
Yes.
if the lobby gets reset.
Yep. So
We
you'll
are
have to...
killing it, you guys.
I'm so sorry about this, guys.
No, it's no problem. It's no problem. Just means you guys are getting more nervous.
Yep, that's right.
Keeping you on your toes.
Okay, try that one. Yep, we've got Jam. Everyone's in. Okay, so we're going to do a test question again. Test your buzzers. Is it working this time? Everything's working?
75%. Nice.
Awesome. Okay, are you ready, guys?
I am
Ready.
Good luck.
Oh boy.
I feel like we should have should have actually had some music in the end.
Ah, you can hum, mate. Do, 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 do. Oh my God, who got that wrong? Who got that wrong? Oh my dear Lord, you're not off to a good start, whoever got that wrong. What illness in-game has these symptoms? Sneezing, coughing, fever, and blurry vision.
If you want, I can be the one to read these out. Oh, nice.
Yeah, actually, that'll work well.
That'll work. That's fine. Let's do that.
Okay. Well, we're 50-50 rate here, 50-50.
Yeah.
So
Nice. Okay. You got to pick the corresponding ammo to what appears on screen. When they flash up. Yeah.
Yep.
When they flash up, make sure to hit it.
You guys ready?
So
oh, nice. Wait, was that the right one? BK12?
762 by 39 for the BK12.
That's the BK18. We did check this. We did check this as well.
Jam again.
Trigger finger, nice one. Oh,
Well
nice,
done, buddy.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, right. I feel it's getting into the swing now. There we go. Okay, what real-world weapon is the Pioneer based on? We're looking for the make and the model.
oh shit.
Testing that knowledge.
I'll be surprised if anyone gets this, to be honest.
Yeah,
but
this one, I think it's like, if you know it, you know it.
if you don't, Godspeed.
I think this is the first maybe like little
Harder question.
tester one. Yeah. Oh, nice. Someone got it. Nicely done. Whoever got that one.
Nope. We should have added a thing to be able to give a few points, 5 points or so for that. That's my answer of the round so far. Who said nope?
Me, that was Jello.
Well done, mate. Well done. That was good.
Who got it? All right. Guess it's someone who doesn't have the mic. Okay, this one, similar to that ammo question, we're going to ask you to find the correct repair kit for a particular set of items. So be quick on those buzzers whenever it
3 words
up.
will be flashing on your screen, but only one is the correct solution for the shown question. Press your buzzer when the correct solution is shown. You guys ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Ooh, nice.
Have we lost someone?
Ooh, nice.
Oh, no, everyone was there. Yep.
Everyone was there.
Well done, guys.
It's okay. Nice one. Izok is okay. Okay, we're on to the geography questions. Where is this in game? Should be a pretty easy one. Oh, nicely done to the 3 who got it.
Own up. Who got
You
it
said
wrong?
about Novod. Yeah.
I did it. I was.
No, that's okay. It's all good.
I knew it after I pushed the button.
Yeah. Okay. Testing your freshy knowledge here. Where is this location? Oh boy.
This one's a bit harder.
Yeah.
And feel free to play along in chat as well, those who are watching.
Ooh, nice. Someone
Only
got
one
it.
person got it.
Yeah, those coastal spawns on the south coast, they are tricky. Good job on getting that right.
This is the hardest one.
This one, yeah. No one got it.
No one got it.
Ooh, yeah, this is
you picked this one. You said this was going to be hard.
Yeah, this is just near Three Valleys, I believe, just near Polana.
I wouldn't have got it, but yeah.
Okay. Oh, nicely done to the two people who got it. Yeah, this is
well
Bilawa
done.
in Livonia.
I'm tanking right now.
It's all good. More up for grabs as it goes on.
Well, we'll be doing a score update soon.
Yes. This one in personal hardest, I'd say. Where is this location? Oh,
I
live
know this
votes.
location.
Live votes. Let's see. You can change.
You can see what
If
each
yeah,
other's
you can see the live question. This might not be it. This might
Everyone's
not be it.
following. Everyone's following on.
Yeah, we knew it. Yeah, that was the only live question, so you could actually see. So we're wondering if people would follow the leader, but you guys got it.
And that is something that we did actually design into it. So I think next is the score update. Here we go.
Oh boy.
Isok
in the
is
lead.
well out in the lead.
Nice.
Okay, well done, Isok. What is going to be happening now is there's going to be more live questions. Now, obviously, that means that you can, take a punt and just follow what the other person who voted first gets. But it's also timed now. So if you're the one who knows the answer and the others all following you, you'll still earn more points for certain questions because you were in quickest. But it's also the questions are going to be getting, you thought they were hard now, a lot of them. There's some easy ones still, but there's a lot of really, really hard ones coming. So you can see what someone else voted. You're not going to be sure who voted that way, but, oh, fuck, yeah, okay, I'll go a different one just to try to maybe gain some points. The points are also increasing. So, even though you're down there on 9 Jello, there's still a lot more points up for grab, mate. We're only a third of the way through, so don't give up just yet.
We weren't
You
going
guys
to give
ready?
you this case for free.
This should make Scale Speeder happy. Oh my God! No one got it. Obviously you guys don't watch a lot of the show, which isn't an issue, but it's a bit of a running gag here. We have a podcast bingo card that comes out every now and then because of things that I quite often say and do, audio issues and all the rest of it. And I like to bring up the fact that I served in Somalia. That was a bit of a fun question, but yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Cheers, buddy.
Oh, yeah, I should be reading these out, shouldn't I? Lad, who used to co-host this podcast, is now part of the dev team. What is he famous for drinking on the show?
Oh my God, guys. It's Iron Brew.
Ooh.
I'm guessing some of you have probably never even heard of Iron Brew.
Nope.
God, man, you got to try it.
Scottish
You got
delicacy.
to try
No, I
it.
want
Come
to.
on.
I'm open to it.
What does DDU stand for? You guys are being quite hesitant about this. Oh.
They all got that one, DayZ Down Under,
there
because
we
I go
go.
on about my favourite server.
More of a mean one. I had to
DayZ
think up all
Underground
those DDUs.
and the Village are my favourite servers of all time. But DayZ Down Under is an Aussie server. That is just, I love it. But yeah.
Who has never co-hosted the podcast? You don't have to follow the leader. You can make your own choice.
Only 2 people got. Oh no, we got 3 answers.
Nice. Whoever just got that in.
Right at the end there.
A lucky guess.
Who wrote the song that begins at every episode of the podcast? Everyone's made their vote. Yes,
Barely
it was
Infected.
Barely
Wrote the
Infected.
summer
Yeah.
song. Yep.
Another guess.
Really, really, really nice song.
I will give kudos to Mr. Blackout though as well, because he's a very musically oriented streamer.
Oh, is he? Right.
Yeah, he loves listening to music, and he's also had a song written for him, Moselina by S. Keen, which some of you may remember from back in the day.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran's my favorite DayZ streamer. As well as the base game Arma 2, what other DLC or expansion was required to be able to play the mod?
There we go. You guys
Pretty
all.
unanimous. Yeah. Nice.
Well done. Well done on that one. You can see the way we've done it. It's a mix of old legacy knowledge of DayZ, and obviously because we're doing the giveaway, so we threw some questions in about our show. So if there had been someone in who was a regular watcher, they would have had a bit of an advantage. So yeah, we did put a lot of thought and effort into this quiz for you all.
Who designed the following modded maps? Same as before, words are going to flash up on your screen. If the two words fit together, press your button.
You ready?
Ready.
That was John McClane, yeah. Wait, no? Cabello.
Cabello.
Yes. Sorry. I thought that was the answer coming up. Ooh,
Well done.
Nice.
Well done.
Nicely done. We forgot to turn the music off.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not talking months. We're talking weeks. Who did this infamous quote from the DayZ dev team? Ooh, lots of screaming.
And you're losing points as well.
Is it going to just keep going around?
Yeah, until someone gets it.
Someone's going to take the leap of faith. Ooh. There we go. Okay, Boydy made this one. In Vanilla DayZ, what color is not available for the Tulun backpack, also known as the hiking backpack?
This one maybe doesn't look like it's working right.
Is it not working right?
Or can you guys see colors on your screen?
On the app.
Color.
Yep. Doesn't look like anyone got it. That was the correct answer.
Black and brown.
So there's only three, and I think it was the orange, blue, and the violet. Oh no, there was a fourth one as well. Green. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
was very, very difficult. Okay, this is a bit of Survivor Games history. The first Survivor Games was not called the Survivor Games. What was it called?
Correct. Hunger Games.
Very nice.
The very first one was called Hunger Games.
Very, very early on in the DayZ mod, and this was basically responsible for a lot of Battle Royale games you tend to see now.
Rankings.
Whoa.
You can come back.
You can still turn this around. There's a lot of points up for grabs, so don't feel like you've lost out completely. Just
and there's more points being lost with these as well now. So yeah.
Okay, bit of a history lesson. In early access DayZ, what was not available for you to find?
All the later.
Pretty nice.
And it was a smart move for everyone who followed.
Nicely done. Nice.
Oh, done, Jam. Nice
Very
and
well
quick.
done.
Do you remember that one? I have a funny taste in my mouth.
This one. When did DayZ standalone release into early access? First person to buzz in.
Thank you, everybody.
I'm gonna give it a go. Yeah, that music very loud. Remember to buzz in, guys. Yep.
Okay, last person. You've got an easy one here.
Yep. Make sure to buzz in. Nicely
16th
done,
of
it's
December.
Yeah, see, you're starting to claw it back. Yeah, it was the 16th of December 2013. Okay, in Legacy, where would you spawn if you died and respawned when the server was restarting?
Eyeball bridge,
Lightning
guys.
fast, that one. Yes, this was just outside of Vybor. There was a bridge that you would spawn nearby if you died without, and you wouldn't spawn with any gear either.
Completely naked.
Okay, when was Tizzy added in early access? Someone's placed their first vote. Ooh,
0.60
yes.
is correct.
Yeah, 0.60. Really difficult one here. This is where it starts to get a little bit crazy. What is the capital of Chernobyl? And you have to type it in, and we're not going to give you any hints. Placing your votes. Oh,
we got a correct answer. Well done.
Somebody
Who
got
that?
a correct answer. Nicely done.
Who was that?
It didn't even accept my answer.
Oh, did it not?
Did you have the right answer?
Novodominsk.
No, it was Novigrad.
Yes,
yeah.
Novigrad is on most of the maps in the games. If you go into like the schools or certain buildings, there's this big map, and it actually shows the rest of Chernobyl as a country. We don't actually play in all of it.
Okay.
So, yeah, a little bit of a lore factoid. So there's more to see, technically.
That's awesome.
Very well done to whoever got it. Up more with the brutal questions. What city is Electro based on? Three out of 4 votes placed. Nicely done, yes. Probably in the Czech Republic.
And Jam with the fastest time there. Well done, mate.
Yes, very nicely done.
Oh boy.
Had to let us know it's brutal. Okay. Try to get your pointer as close to the location of the real life Star Sabor. You must be in 100 kilometers.
Oh, there's no
Testing
way.
your geography right here.
There's no way. Dude.
You don't have to vote. You don't have to vote.
Oh, I'm gonna try.
You can zoom in as well if there's a little bit of time left.
Fine.
Ooh. Jammin technically got it, but it's very closest. But yeah, it has to be within 100 kilometers. It's just on the German border with the Czech Republic, I believe, right? Yes.
I was very far away.
But you were the closest. This one, Boydy chose. In the Survivor Games 6, who won the qualifier to take part in the final Survivor Games event? I wouldn't have known this one either. Boydy gave it a good old pick.
just gonna follow.
Following the leader.
Yeah.
It was Minder,
And
and
we're
Septic
wrong.
Falcon. Yes.
Nice.
And I think we are on to the last question now.
This
was Lazian's. I was like, what the fuck? Where did you even find this from?
Inside Dambook, there is a lab board which tells you some compounds within pox gas. What are they? Oh, 2 people got it. Nicely done.
Whoa.
Well done, fellas. Well done.
Really
Okay,
nicely done.
I think that was the final question. Let us press the button and see who the winner is. Jello wins
Jello.
at minus 16.
Nice.
No.
Boyd, you were so
Boyd.
close, man.
I think that you got a lot of minus points from your
Really
question
bad
there.
guess for the location.
Yeah. But look, thank you all so much. I do have some codes with Humble Bundle to give away as well for some free games. So you'll all get something for not winning. But Jello, you'll have to send me your postal address details in the Discord, mate. And I will get this sent off to you sometime this week, buddy. Congratulations. It's a great gift, mate. You've got box number 85 of 250. It's, just well done, mate.
No.
Well done.
Nicely done.
Thank you guys so much for letting me play. That was amazing.
All good.
Nah, it was fun.
setting this up.
Well, how hard was that? It was pretty fucking hard, wasn't it, guys?
A lot of it was really hard.
Yeah. But we didn't want it to be easy. You know, we wanted this to go to someone who is purely a fan of DayZ. You know, because of the way I advertised this, I could have had randoms who just were coming in to try to get it so they could sell it on eBay. And I don't care what you do with it; it's yours now. But I wanted this to go to someone who loves DayZ as much as we all do in this community, guys. So I'm glad you all got to be in here at least. And I'm glad it's going to someone who loves the game as much as I do. So all the best, everyone. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Man, thank you so much, you guys.
Now, all the best, everyone. And yeah, we will see you all same time next week for the DayZ podcast. And we have got Savas coming on as a guest next week. Lazian, thank you so much for your help with this. Make sure you go check out the DayZ Wiki, folks. It's an unfunded community project run by people who love the game as well, where they try to keep all this sort of knowledge. And as you saw, just listening to him then, you know, he doesn't just post his stuff up there. He remembers this stuff. He loves the game as well.
My memory is not great, but it's really good for DayZ for some reason.
Yeah. Now, all the best, everyone, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.